having podcast dogs.
I'm always happy to supply podcast dogs.
I know. I mean, if my dogs weren't huge, it would be nice to have them.
Denver would podcast.
Denver would podcast for sure.
Yeah.
But then she would bark too.
That might be nice.
Yeah, Denver's bark is just kind of like annoying, but God, Emma's bark is so bad. It's so loud.
Emma could be like our intro. It would just be her sounds of her heavy footsteps.
Exactly.
And her collar.
Yeah.
And her bark.
And her breathing.
Oh, yeah. And the panting.
She's always panting. Like I think that.
Well, she's really excited about life.
I know. I'm wondering if she's got like she's probably ADHD.
She might be ADHD.
She might be ADHD.
But in a really warm, fuzzy kind of a way.
Exactly. All right. You want to kick it off? Because you did such a great job last time.
Did such a great job.
Namaste, motherfuckers.
Namaste, motherfuckers. This is how yoga changed my life.
I think today's conversation is going to be good, though, because I do feel like, was my theme in class this morning kind of weird, or did you like it?
I don't remember. You sweat it out of my brain.
I'm so glad.
Sweat it right out of my brain.
I'm so glad my profound thoughts at the end of class landed with my students.
I had a lovely, lovely time.
Yes.
I have no idea what you said.
So there we have it. We don't ever have to worry.
I'm sure if you say it again right now, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that was nice. What was it?
I think I said something.
So you don't remember either.
I just don't remember exactly what I said. I said something about yoga and the definition of yoga.
Oh, yoke. You said yoga union. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. And that was part of what I've been thinking about when I said I wanted to talk about community. And so I was listening to these podcasts that were all kind of circling around happiness. And one thing that's universal with humans is community. Mm-hmm. And we have a tendency when we're not at our best, many people have a tendency to isolate.
Yeah, withdraw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When really what we need is to spend more time together. And you talked about union. See, like I did remember.
It's all coming back
but
to
I
you.
did remember at the time thinking that tied in, and then how the yoga community and this does, because you said go out there, yogis, you're going to make some great friends in yoga class. And
oh yeah, you did listen.
Yeah, see, I did listen.
It was in there somewhere.
Maybe I have ADHD. It's not the dog, it's me. Yeah, just to like get out of your house and get into a yoga studio. Mm-hmm. Because yes, it is available on YouTube, and yes, it is available, just pull out your mat and it's that easy. But I think it's healthier if you get into the gym and get into the studio and whatever it is in your community, get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get in there.
And that was what I kind of thought about all week, basically thinking about, how yoga changes a lot, right? Not only does it shift our awareness from, where we were in life to where we could be or where we are finally, right? The present moment. But it also brings people together.
Yeah.
And that to me was why I wanted to have this podcast was, it doesn't even have to be how yoga changed my life, but it's that vulnerability that comes with stepping on a yoga mat for the first time or the 1,000th time. Like today I had an awesome conversation with a woman who walked out of class, and we talked last week about how I can make people cry on the mat. We do make other people cry, not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
But it happens. And she had said, I haven't been in class in a few years, and I just felt that today, and it made me feel so good to be in the community again and be practicing yoga. And she's like, and I started crying in Shavasana.
There's just a magic that happens in the room, in the shala, in the studio, when you're surrounded by other people.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I can quite articulate what it is, but I have not felt that magic. Even when I've practiced alone. Practicing alone has its own advantages. I've certainly done it here and there. I don't do it a lot.
Yeah.
Because the magic isn't there.
That makes sense for you. And for me, my personal practice is important, but it's not an hour-long sweaty practice. It's much shorter because it's something I do all the time. Like I'm in a yoga studio, I'm in a Pilates studio, I'm in a club. Like I'm in it all day long. So when I get home, if I get 20 minutes to do a quick practice, or, you know, if I'm planning my class for the week, then I'll sit down and like practice the pieces and parts of it, you know, but it's always something that's like the meditation, the breath work, the mindfulness, journaling, like those things to me are more well-rounded than just the practice of posturing. Right?
I like being taken on a journey, and maybe it's because we're always telling people what to do.
That could be it too, because it does get to the point where it's like somebody just tell me how to move my
I don't want
body.
to think anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to think anymore.
I don't want to think anymore.
I don't want to be a teacher anymore. I just want to be a student.
Hit my nose on the microphone and startled myself. I just want you to know that. Did you see that happen?
No.
I was like nodding my head, and I made contact with the mic, and I was like, whoa, what was that? That was the mic.
That is a mic.
Sorry.
It's okay. You do have ADHD.
I can't remember which one it is that I have. ADD, ADHD, something.
They're both the same, right? Or
no, they're
similar?
not. They're not the same. I think they just often hang out together.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my...
Whatever one it is that makes you forget what they are. That's the one
I know that I'm combined type. That's what I know that they told me.
You're combined type.
I did. They said combined type. I don't really know what that means.
Combined what?
I think it's like the hyperactivity and the distraction.
Deficit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. They're often together.
So let's get into it.
Okay. For sure.
All right.
Namaste, yogis. Welcome to How Yoga Changed My Life.
We've been giggling too much today, which is good. Happy Friday. Well, it's our Friday. You'll hear this on Monday for Labor Day.
Yeah.
But we kind of got inspired and thinking about a fresh school year.
Yeah.
A change of season coming up. Pumpkin spice lattes are on the shelves, right?
Thank God. Just thank God.
I know. I don't like anything pumpkin.
You don't?
No, pumpkin seeds roasted with salt. I love those.
I love all things pumpkin.
I don't know why. I just think the texture of pumpkin pie fucked with me when I was a kid.
I like pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin oatmeal, pumpkin muffins. We can go on.
Actually, my stepdaughter, Gabrielle, we call her Bassie. She makes pumpkin muffins, like chocolate chip pumpkin muffins.
I'm down for that.
That are really good. So
when is she coming back in town?
I know, exactly. I'll get the recipe. I think it's really easy too. I think it's like 2 or 3 ingredients.
This just became a cooking podcast.
Exactly. Welcome to How Cooking Changed My Life. All right. So we think about new time of year, right? New season,
new
school
routines.
Year, new routines.
Yeah.
And this is really kind of an interesting time of year for us in the yoga community, because I feel like this is when people kind of step into like, okay, I'm ready to practice again.
Yeah.
Right? It's like kids are back at school.
Yeah.
Summer camps are over. Vacations are over. Excuses are over.
Excuses are over.
Right?
The routine becomes steady. And I think a lot of us the new school year is like a New Year's kind of a reset.
Yeah.
A reset.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it's hard because, you know, summertime, you may not have a schedule.
Yeah.
And you can kind of wing it. And some people love that. And some people, you know, like to have their days planned and like a schedule.
But it's always nice to come back to a routine.
Yeah.
I think everybody gets some comfort and
consistency of your schedule, whatever that looks like. I finally feel like I'm getting a little bit more consistent in my schedule. It's still a little hairy, but for the most part, it's getting there.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I don't like is that we kind of are like 2 ships passing in the night.
That's true. Adrian and I do not work the same shift.
No, because I'm like 5 a.m. till afternoon, and you come in around 11 or 12 and you're there till like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's like we are, but I do feel like if I can just hang in until you get in.
Right. You hang in until I get in, and I usually come in and take a class from you in the morning.
I know, which I love. That makes me so happy.
It's good. You know, it gets me there.
Well, and I think that kind of goes back to why we wanted to do this as well, is talking about yoga and community.
Yes.
And that was kind of my theme all week in classes. And you were in class this morning.
Yeah.
And know that I said, you know, for me, yoga, the definition is union. It's yoke. You know, it's this not just bringing together things inside of you, breath, body, spirit, whatever, you know, it's also kind of bringing people together, because it's like you can practice at home, and there's great practices at home. And if you don't have a studio close to you, practice at home. Zoom with your friends, like be with other people when you can, be in studio when you can.
The yoga community is a beautiful community, and yes, yoga is available online. It's, you know, you can do a private practice, and all those things are great and wonderful and have their place. But I love practicing in a studio. I love practicing with other people.
Me too.
I think I just get more out of it. You know, the word yoga is a general term, like using the word dance,
right?
Or the word martial arts. It does that. Just the word yoga doesn't really tell you a whole lot about what's going on in any given class. And so if and we've said this before, but if you take a class and you hate it, then take another. And go somewhere else, because the community is going to be different. The style of yoga is going to be different. The style of teaching is going to be different. There are just so many choices. But yeah, when I found a studio that I liked, it's because I found the community that I liked.
Exactly.
I liked what the teacher had to say. I liked the people that I practiced next to.
The vibe, the atmosphere, all that stuff.
And it just comes together in a magical way.
This kind of all leads us down to the path of getting back in studio, getting back into your practice after summer.
Get back into your studio. Yeah. You may have had a wonderful summer, may have had a long summer, but school has started, whether you're the student or you dropped your students off.
Or you just are stuck behind a bus going to work now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's new in your routine too.
Yeah, exactly. So what I thought was cool was we came up with some questions that we thought, like, how can we address these topics, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that we know is the only constant thing in life is change. So how do you ground yourself in change, right? So one of the questions we came up with was how yoga or meditation help you feel steady during uncertain transitions, whether it's like new school, new job, new routine. So you went through recently a big transition moving to San Antonio like a year ago. So how did your yoga or your meditation practice help you get through that?
That's a great question. I meditate many mornings, not every morning, but many mornings. And that's been true for many years. And so as I'm saying that, I'm picturing myself in like 3 different homes. And so having that routine, not change the way that I do it, just having that practice exist, that helps to ground me.
When you have something to fall back on, right? And what if you don't have that right now? What if like yoga and meditation are very foreign to you and this is like brand new, you just started, right? Then finding some comfort in present moment awareness. That's what it's about, right? Present moment awareness, whatever that looks like to you.
Yeah.
Walk outside, put your phone down.
Right.
You know, sit outside for 5 minutes and just sit in the sun or listen to the birds or, you know, do something that is grounding.
Yeah, that reminds me of one other thing that I do that I didn't realize until you said it. I walk the dogs every morning, regardless of where I am in life, what's going on, good or bad, where I live. And I've moved recently and moved a couple of times, and I choose where I'm going to live. I was like, well, can I walk the dogs in this neighborhood? Can I walk the dogs on this street?
Yeah.
Because that's how I start the day. As I get up, often I meditate, I don't know, maybe 4 days out of the week I meditate. I don't do it every morning, but I do it a lot. And then I leash the dogs up and out we go into the sunshine.
That's awesome.
Because I don't know about you, but I feel better when I start the day with sunshine.
Yeah.
And living in Texas, I'm lucky.
I don't get to start my day in
sunshine.
No,
you don't. You start in the dark.
I do.
You're like 4 hours in when I roll out of bed.
Well, what's crazy though is that what I've noticed since I started doing this full time. In the past, I taught early morning classes, but only a few days a week. And then I could sleep in other days and get to see the sunrise. But what I find really funny is that when I walk out of work at like 3:00 in the afternoon and I feel like a vampire, it's like, sun. I need to start bringing my sunglasses because I literally, my eyes will just be tearing as I'm walking out.
I witnessed it.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God, sunshine.
Oh, it's daylight.
But then when I get home, I'm outside.
Oh, see there.
I'm outside all day.
Yeah.
So when I get home, I go sit outside.
You
I
do,
work outside.
You've always talked about that. It's the same thing. It's just a different time.
Yeah, exactly. But your time of day is a little bit cooler.
Yes.
I will say though, today what was really nice was I got out. Today was National Cancel on Adrian Day. I had 4 clients today that 2 of them were sick, 2 others had emergencies. So I was like, this is crazy that I have like 4 hours of my day free now. So I was done work by 10:30 this morning.
That's fantastic.
And I was home by like 11:30 and I threw my bathing suit on, walked outside, jumped in the pool. And then
that's a perfect Friday.
Yeah. And then I sat and I listened to podcasts. It is kind of like a practice for me to listen to a podcast, sit outside and not talk to anyone for a little bit. And even just sit there in quiet because that's...
Yeah, we have to be charming.
Yeah.
For hours and hours
Time to go be charming.
I know, that's what I always say.
I love when you said that. I got to go be charming.
Because we've got those, just a few minutes in between clients and duck into the office and just sit down and like not be charming for a couple of minutes and then look at my watch and it's like, okay, smile on, here we go.
One of the other questions I have here is which grounding practices, breath work, mantras, postures, meditation, do you find most helpful when starting something new?
When starting something new. Okay, definitely meditation. I love my meditation.
Yeah.
I just, and I'm a morning meditator. I know people have different times that they like, but
I like journaling.
Do you?
Yeah, like when I'm starting something new, it could be whether it's like taking on a new client with a certain, movement that they want to work on, whether it's like, hey, I want to get more flexible, then I'm like diving into what are the different ways I can get them flexible, right? Or
you just brainstorming?
Yeah, like I brainstorm a lot. So it's like, or
lights your fire.
Yeah, it's like, and then if I'm, because I always send you texts late at night when I can't fall asleep with all my weird ideas.
Late at night for Adrian is like moments after I've gotten home.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, it's like 9:30 and I'm like barely awake and I'm like, oh crap, I have these thoughts.
It's a great idea and I don't want to forget it. She sends it to me.
And some of them just don't make sense at all. I'm like, remind me to tell you about this tomorrow.
On occasion, they don't make sense. It's true.
And I don't care. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But I do feel like sometimes putting, journaling or writing or even, texting or typing, like something like that's kind of tactile for me.
Yeah. You're working through it through words.
Through words. Yeah.
Processing through words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely a verbal processor. If you haven't figured that out by now, go to another podcast because this one, we're rambling. All right, what about the next? I've got, or you want to go with the next set of questions? You got to put your glasses on.
Yeah, I got to put my glasses on and pull up. There we go.
I love how Penny and Eleanor are just so comfortable
I
here.
know, my dogs are like, Mom's talking. That seems normal enough. I don't know what the next question is.
I'll go to number 2.
I literally just poked myself in the eye with my own glasses.
Was it your left eye?
Yeah, it was the blind eye, so it's okay.
That totally reminded me yesterday of when I kicked you when you were walking past me and I was practicing gyrotonic with Laura.
Yeah. And I was trying to navigate on my blind side unsuccessfully.
Got their feet in the straps, and I had no idea you were anywhere near my feet at that moment. And I think we were doing like windmills or something, and it was like, and then Natalie just walks by and she's like, "Sorry, that was my left eye. I couldn't see anything." It's like, oh my God.
All right, but yeah,
I'll give you a concussion.
No, I don't need. Yeah, no, I'm used to it. I think, unfortunately. All right, it says here, what habits or thought patterns from your old routine do you want to release before moving on to this New chapter.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Yeah, that is a really good question. I like it.
I mean, I think as far as like habits, I've tried to get better about my thought patterns. Like I've tried to be more aware of when I am spiraling or circling the drain with thoughts, right? Like really kind of going into this negative swirl of, emotion or thoughts. And so I feel like when I feel myself going down that path, I really try my best to breathe, right? To find ways to release the thoughts, right? Like, hey, I always think, or I say in class a lot, like, oh, just imagine them as fish, swimming by in a big blue sea, or they're the clouds floating by in a big blue sky. It's like, just let those fucking thoughts go.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine are birds.
Birds?
Yeah, blackbirds, because the negative thoughts and they fly away. That's how I picture it.
I have a meditation we used to do with kids. It's called the worry balloon.
Okay.
And so this idea of like, starts off where you're like in a field full of wildflowers and you get on a magic carpet, and the magic carpet flies up into the sky and you see a balloon off in the distance and it's starting to come closer to you. And you get to pick what color it is. And this is your worry balloon. And in the worry balloon, there's a little secret door. And you can open the door and you can put your worries inside. And then you close the balloon and you watch it float away until it pops.
Oh, hey.
And so that sometimes I think of kind of like Stephen King's It, like the red balloon.
Okay.
Like the red balloon.
Things just got dark.
I know. Well, you went black birds. So
yeah, I don't know. It just,
trying to get rid of those things. But I think that like old routines are the way that you thought about yourself.
Yeah.
Thinking, manifest that shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
It really does work if you think about it.
I love my Instagram wisdom. I love to get on my Instagram. My algorithm is full of it now. It's like every other thing is like this quote about taking care of yourself, and this quote about mental health, and this quote about believing in yourself. And I'm like, I'm there for every last one of them.
My algorithm right now is like dancing chickens.
You're kidding.
Kids that curse. Burning Man, because I'm checking in on Nora to make sure she's okay.
Mine is all dogs and quotes.
Oh, Pilates fails. Like tons of epic fails in Pilates and like crazy yoga sequences. I'm like, what did I look up that now has me looking at like a guy balancing on a finger on the side of a mountain? My God. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
No, literally, like my algorithm is all dog videos. And,
oh yeah, I get those too.
Yeah. And inspirational quotes.
Epic fails. I love epic fails. I love them so much. As long as nobody gets hurt. All right. Let's see what's next. You don't have to look. I'll read it because then we got to put the glasses on.
The whole thing.
We cannot disturb Penny. She's way too rested right now.
My 4-pound chihuahua's in my lap.
I love the fact that her head is literally the size of an apricot.
It really is. It's absolutely.
It's just
identical to an apricot.
I really think that when Charlie leaves this planet, I'm going to get a little tiny dog that I can bring to work. Fun. I really want to bring a dog to work.
I would bring her to work every day if I could get away with it.
I mean, can't we make her an emotional support dog?
She is an emotional support dog. That was a gift somebody gave me once. I have a friend who's a professional.
And they made her...
And for my birthday, she typed up a letter.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, then why can't we bring her to work?
I suppose I could.
I mean, you could literally just have her in your crossbody bag as you're teaching.
And she's 12. This is literally what she does for 23 hours out of the day.
Literally, I don't think Amelie would care at all.
No.
I think I don't even think anybody would notice unless, except like when she looks at you, she's so fucking cute that I'd be in the reformer, be like, oh my God, can she lay on my belly while I do hundreds? Okay, anyway. All right. How does the physical act of exhaling or forward fold child's pose, symbolize letting go? That's a great question.
Yeah. Child's pose is like a classic letting go.
But you know what? Some people don't like child's pose because it's uncomfortable in their hips.
Oh.
Okay. But I feel like where a forward fold or crocodile, where you lay on your belly, stack your palms, rest your forehead on the back of your hands, and just kind of lay on your belly like that. That's one of my favorite ways to like ground myself instantaneously, right? To get out of my head or get out of whatever's going on around me. That or like supported locust where you put the blocks under your shoulders on like the mama bear
done
side.
That.
Oh,
but you know me and blocks. I don't know what to do with them.
Oh my God. Okay. Before you leave today, I'm going to lay you on the floor and make you do it. Cause it literally is one of the, I did it with my client this morning. And
really?
I think I just felt like all the energy that was really anxious about like, we're going away with our friends. We got to travel. We got to make sure the house is good. You know, just the stress of like getting there, right? Like once you get there, it's fine. But like getting on vacation and you could just almost see it just like kind of melt away.
Right.
But that for me, like, the act of exhaling is releasing what doesn't serve you, right?
Yeah. Well, you're the one who taught me that if you're starting to feel panicked, put more energy, spend more time on the exhale than the inhale.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. That came from that James Nestor book, I'm pretty sure. I'm obsessed with that idea because when I see people freaking out or like getting in their heads in class and you see them panting or you see them frustrated with themselves, I'm just like, take a longer exhale.
Yeah.
Take a 2 second, 3 second long exhale, longer than your inhale.
That's good advice.
And it literally will calm down your brain. It just takes a few breaths.
And I have some clients who come in with really erratic energy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They just come in kind of bouncing. They're just so stressed out. Their body language is
exactly.
And you're like, okay, wow. This is not unusual for a client to come in really wound up. Sometimes it's their personality and that's the way they are. Every time you see them, sometimes it's what their work day has given to them that day. They come in, oh, this happened, that happened, this happened. I can't believe I made it here. And they've got that really wound up, you can see their brain bouncing around inside their skull kind of energy. And man, I start with breath work. It doesn't matter what type of workout we're doing breath work first.
I love when you're with some of your clients and I could just tell because you're just like putting on my sleepy time voice.
Yes,
drop music. You drop into the meditation voice and you're like, here we go. In the morning, I get sleepy clients sometimes, or I get clients that are like ready to go for the day. So it's kind of either one or the other.
Do they come in at 5 a.m. ready to go?
Yeah, some of them do.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you know what, though? It's kind of cool because some of them do because they're excited to move.
Okay.
You know, like they just want to move.
Yeah.
And I get that. That's when I like to practice in the morning. So it's like, I want to move. I want to get the energy out. What are you laughing about?
It's the Topo Chico. It's very bubbly.
I know. We should have drank regular water.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Next. When life gets busy with a new role or schedule, where can you carve out even 5 minutes for yourself?
Breath work, man.
Easy.
Yeah, I'm returning to that breath work.
Where can you do it? Set a damn alarm on your phone.
Do it at your desk.
Do it at your desk. Do it in your car before you walk in.
If you need 5 minutes to yourself anywhere, the airport, your car, your kitchen, your desk, breath work.
Bottom line is you have to make it a priority.
Yes.
Because no one else is going to do it for you.
You need to make you a priority.
Yeah. And 5 minutes for you to sit in your car before you walk into work is not only going to serve you best, but everybody you're around best.
Yes.
Because when you show up for yourself, then you can show up for others better.
And if you're starting with a new routine, maybe it's a new job, maybe you're a new student somewhere, maybe you've had a rough day and you're picking your kids up from their new routine and you need to change your energy. Breath work is the fastest, easiest way to do it. You don't need any time. You don't need any props. You don't need any preparation. It doesn't matter where you are. Just close your eyes.
But not if you're driving.
Okay, don't close your eyes if you're driving. Park and then close your eyes and breathe.
And breathe. That's really it. It's just breathe, because the more that you can turn inward to what you can control, the better off you're going to be for other people. Because if you walk through life like, oh my God, my life is crazy, you have all this crazy energy, it's like,
you bring that forward.
Yeah. Who's responsible for that?
No, if you're nervous about the new part of your life, do this before you walk in. Yep. If you're carrying stressful energy before you transition to the other part of your life, do this. This will handle that. For the same reason that it works with the clients. It's we're going to let all those things that cranked you up, we're just going to leave them. Right. They're in the past, even if the past is 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
They're in the past and we're here now doing something else.
Well, and it's like, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what I say
there
in
you
class
go. It's
sometimes.
like wisdom.
Yeah, it's like
words of wisdom.
Yeah. But like even like in our jobs where we're with clients for 50 minutes and then we have 10 minutes between clients, like a lot of people have those kind of schedules, whether it's doctors, nurses, anybody who has appointments back to back to back, sales,
so many,
route salespeople, people that are in and out of,
yeah.
I mean, now that I think about it, like when I worked in the beer business, I worked with route salesmen and they'd have 20 stops a day and they're interacting with so many different people so quickly in a short period of time, just like we have a little bit more time. They don't have that much time. So there's tons of people every day that are interacting with other energies and other people.
Yeah, that one negative reaction can carry forward.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to. Yeah.
You don't even know.
Absolutely doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. And that's kind of up to you, right? Because you can't just be like, oh, well, somebody else can take care of me today. Like, no, you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah, you need to take care of you.
And then what happens is so beautiful because when you come into a space after you've had 5 minutes to yourself, a lot of times people notice it. They can feel the energy shift. They can feel the difference in you. Okay. What are some small, consistent self-care practices that could anchor you each day?
Go to yoga.
Go to yoga.
Seriously. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I love it. I'm on this podcast.
Exactly.
But to circle back to what we were talking about in the beginning, community is a really important part of positive mental health for humans.
Yep.
Movement is a really important part of, positive mental health for humans. And having a yoga community just checks all those boxes. You move your body, you're going to be physically healthier, you're going to be mentally healthier, you're going to interact with other people. They don't need to be your very best friends in the whole wide world. Just that small talk is actually really, really healthy for your brain and for your mood.
Oh, you know what? That made me think about like consistent, small self-care practices.
Yeah.
One of the things, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but one of the things that I used to do when I taught in a different yoga studio was I would wash my hands and my feet right before teaching. And then right after I was done teaching, before I put my shoes on to leave, I would go in the bathroom, wash my hands and my feet. And it was like this like little ritual that I would do that was like, I'm not bringing this shit home with me, right? Like I don't want anything to come home
sacred
with
space.
Me. Yeah. But where I work now, I don't have the luxury of having like, a bathroom where I can go in and take my shoes off and put my feet in the sink, right? Like, or something like that.
We're learning a lot about you, Adrienne.
So I think one of the things I did for a long time was I would carry wet wipes and I would just wet wipe my hands and my feet.
Yeah.
And I think I need to get back into that practice because I feel like sometimes at the end of the day, I might be holding on to too much that I don't need to.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's something easy people could do is just grab some wet wipes, put them in your car, put them in your purse. And when you're done work, wash your hands and your feet.
Yeah.
Or some people, didn't you tell me this? Do you do the brushing where you kind of like brush down your arms and brush down your chest and your legs? And you kind of like, almost like you're wiping off water off your whole body and you just go through your whole body and do that. It's like, I'm brushing off this energy. I'm brushing off whatever. Because I don't care what people say, like whether you're religious or not, energy is science, like it's real. And energy can get stuck in certain places and spaces and it doesn't die. It just transforms. So when you feel a certain kind of way, having a little consistent, tool in your toolbox that you can access, may help out. But I do believe that like a lot of this with busy schedules or new schedules is alarms on your phone or some way that you can remind yourself to do these things. I was a Post-it queen before alarms on my phone.
I love to write things down. I love to make lists to check off. I also love resolutions, if you would, and the new school year is just a perfect time that I would do this kind of thing. Was like, okay, well, I'm going to start going to yoga 3 times a week, and I'm going to start I don't know what else I would do. Like,
well, it's funny because you say resolutions, and I don't like the word resolution.
I know, like a lot of people don't, and I always love it. I love starting over, and I don't just do it in January. Like I do it all year round, and like the beginning of a school year is like prime. That's make some new resolutions time for me. Beginning of summer would be too.
Mm-hmm.
Just a change in routine and be like, you know what I'm going to do now for the next couple of months? I'm going to make sure I make it to that cardio class.
Yeah.
Consistently. I'm going to go every Friday morning.
I like that.
And I don't know. I'd get really excited. It's like, I don't know. It's like getting new school supplies or getting a new notebook. It's like, I'm starting over.
A trapper keeper.
Getting a new trapper keeper.
I like that.
I love starting over. Any excuse, and I do it all year round. Any excuse I can come up with for a new goals. I guess we could just call them goals.
Well, I
resolve.
I like intention.
Intentions
because resolve and resolution means that there's something wrong with you. I want to resolve something.
All right.
Right. So like that word to me seems like there's something wrong. I need to fix it.
Okay.
Whereas I intend, like an intention or a goal even just seems, I'm really weird about some words. It's so bizarre. I get stuck on weird words.
No, words are important. Words are important.
Yeah, but I'm not the best with them. That's for sure. All right. Let's see what's next. We've got, all right. Oh, this is a good one. How do mindful transitions from one posture to the next, one breath to the next, mirror life changes?
Oh, yeah.
I like that question.
I think getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Trusting yourself.
Yeah. Knowing that if this doesn't turn out or feel exactly the way you wanted it to, we're moving on.
Mm-hmm. I find that I struggle with transitions the most. And when I first started teaching yoga, that was like the feedback I got from my teachers were like, your transitions are just they take too much time. Like you got to speed up your transitions. You got to change your transitions. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what my psychiatrist, my psychologist, therapist have been telling me for years is I need to fix the transitions in my life.
I've heard this
I know. Like
before.
It's a theme. It's a thread. I get it. And now I find myself like when I do have to go from like one room to the next room, like one class to the next class, one client to the next client, I really do try to just take a second to just go, okay, connect in with what my intention is walking into that space.
Yeah.
So that I'm not bringing anything else with me. And still I do it, and I think that's what's beautiful about our office where we all are is that we have those few minutes in between classes where we come in and we just sit down and we're like, fuck, can I have a piece of chocolate?
Yeah.
Right?
That dark chocolate, man.
Yeah. We just have to have a little bit of dark chocolate.
It's a lifesaver.
It really, just a little square and then get your ass back to being charming.
Or even just coming into the office and laughing at something that our colleague said, just those 5 minutes. I need downtime so that I can be there fully for my next client.
And that goes for everybody that I can, talk to in this podcast. It's like everyone needs that moment. So just like on your mat, and I even said it today, it's like what happens on your mat, balancing, right? You're trying to balance in a pose. And then that kind of leads us into the next question, right? Like what does balance look like to you as you begin something new, a new season in your life? Like that's always hard for me. Balance is not my
for me.
best.
It's doing less. Less. I have always done more. Always done too much. And then I was talking about being fully there for my next client. It was always very difficult for me to be fully there for everybody, whether we were talking about children or family, or whatever project I was working on, because I was giving too much to every interaction. I can be really enthusiastic and really passionate about things, which is fun. And I think I felt pressure for whatever reason to be the most devoted to whatever it was, whether we're talking about being a mother or being a volunteer at a show or hanging out with my friends. It's like, I put pressure on myself to have to give 150%. And I was always tired. Yeah. It's like you get to the end of the day or the end of the week or what, I'm just tired. And so then I would feel like I'd failed hard. So I'd give 150%, 150%, 150%. Then I get down the line of things to do, and I am so spent that I've got nothing.
Yes.
And I'm irritated and I'm short. And instead of like pacing myself.
Right. As we should.
Yeah.
But I can totally relate to that feeling too.
Learning to pace myself.
Yeah. I can totally relate to that feeling. Yeah. And it's not like it's not a competition. It's like, I feel this urge.
Yes. Right? Yes. It's not about, wanting other people to think that.
No, not at all.
It's all internal.
Yeah, it is all internal, 100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like that the balancing of how can you balance your energy, right? It's like giving of yourself, but then recognizing that moment where you may start to feel a little tired, or you may feel a little bit like distracted, like picking up on the subtle sensations in your body that are telling you like, hey, maybe you should shut up for a second, or maybe you should shut up. Just do
Stop
something.
Raising your hand.
Yeah.
And saying, I'll do it.
Exactly. I've definitely gotten better at that.
Yeah, me too. I think
putting up my little boundaries.
Yeah. No, I think it comes with age. I mean, you can only be tired for so long before even I'll figure it out.
We're in our 50s. All right, let's see. What else could we talk about here? We've got a lot of other questions, but we can also hit on these some other times as well. I think this is a great way to finish up is how can yoga meditation serve as a way to connect with others who are also beginning something new?
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's good. If you're going to a level 1 class, you're not going to be the only person in there who is new to what you're doing. You can all start a new journey together. Plus, it's always nice to grab a yoga buddy.
Well, and especially if you know of someone who is going through something new and they need a support system.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right? Like, it's like, hey, I know that you're going through a separation. You're going through a job change. You're relocating.
Yeah, you just started a new school.
You just started something. Yeah. So it's like whatever that something is, hey, invite your friend to go to yoga with you.
Yeah.
Because that's a great way that you could be like, hey, when you start to feel like this is a lot, come to yoga with me.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that goes away first. Everybody always drops movement first.
It's true. I see it in my clients and I see it in myself.
Yeah.
Prioritizing yourself gets dropped. It's such a weird thing, but we do all do it. But absolutely, you need to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. You need to say no to other fun, great, interesting, challenging things, whatever it is. You're going to have to say no to some good stuff. And instead, do what refills your cup. And if you're listening to this podcast, I'm assuming that yoga and or meditation is on that list, maybe journaling. But yeah, sometimes you're going to have to say no. Always you're going to have to say no, but sometimes you're going to have to say no to things that you really would like to do because you've got to take care of you.
Yep.
It's got to be in that day.
Yep.
Not just in your week, not just in your month, but in your everyday.
Every day. And I mean, honestly, it starts with just 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can literally change your perspective if you carve out 3 to 5 minutes a day where you're like no one else.
A little bit of quiet.
Maybe or a little bit of movement.
Work.
Yeah.
A little bit of journaling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Absolutely.
What I also find interesting is like the last question I have here is why is community support important when starting a new chapter?
Oh, it's always important.
I think it's pretty much everything.
Because it's always the humans, we're community beasts.
I mean, that's what it is. It's like one of our primary, needs is connection.
Yeah.
So if we're not connecting, if you find yourself pulling away from other people or like trying to get energy by not being around people, but then take movement, meditation, breath work, journaling, that's those 4 elements right there are things that you can control and that you can refill your cup with. And then knowing that going to a yoga class and being next to someone on their mat, you don't know what they're going through, right? You don't know anything that's going on in their life. You are just a body practicing next to another human. And to be just having other people energy around you can help.
It does. It's supportive. And maybe that sounds woo woo or whatever, but it is just being in the same room with other people, practicing it and moving, it helps. And I think I don't think it's unusual. I think for many people, as we're starting to get stressed out for whatever reason, we start to isolate, isolate a little more, and our instinct is to withdraw. And that's not helpful.
No.
That's not a helpful instinct. And I know I certainly feel it.
Me too.
I see it in my adult children. I see it in my friends. I see it in my husband. So I think it's pretty common. But go out, get some exercise, but do it with other people.
Yeah.
Move and move with other people. And it's okay if they're all strangers. Just get some movement and be surrounded by other people.
Exactly. This was a fun conversation. I liked this.
I liked it too.
Yeah, we've got tons of different meditations and breathwork practices already on the podcast, but we will make sure we send a couple extra out soon. We'll definitely do one. Maybe we'll do one extra for Monday. We'll do a quick little meditation.
Yeah, something that people can do, like we talked about. You can do breath work in your car. You can do breath work at your desk. That's something they can do in that 3 minutes, that 5 minutes.
Something quick. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. We'll put that up on the pod as well.
Up with that.
We will follow up with that. And thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that maybe you got a little nugget out of this. Maybe we annoyed the fuck out of you while we were talking about all this stuff, but hopefully you got a nugget that you could take with you or share it with a friend. Share this episode with someone who is going through a change or something different or a new routine and they need some support and some ideas. You know, we really being able to be vulnerable with the fact that we don't have all the answers, and really when we do need to search for answers, we need to just sit in stillness or look within. Because that's where they are. We can't do anything about anybody else's perspective, anybody else's journey. We can only impact our own. So take heed, set alarms, do what you can to take back and own your own time.
And get on the mat. Man.
Yes.
Get to class.
Get your ass on the mat.
Get your ass to class.
Yes. Oh, look at you. That was so cute.
I'm going to end every podcast that way. Get your ass to class.
That's good. That's our new slogan. Namaste, yogis. Get your ass to class. All right. Well, you guys have a great week and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.